he said, no, I don't watch you ever. I said, Mr. President, I mean, you didn't want to see how it's progressing and how is it? He said, no, I wasn't worried about you progressing. I don't watch. And he stood up in front of the crowd and he said, I don't miss Gregory. And then he said, is he still on television? It's a fascinating time to be covering a presidential campaign, especially when the stakes are so high. Unfortunately, especially when the country is so divided politically, which is what makes Ohio so incredibly important politically. But it also is interesting how things have changed in the past 4 years. When President Obama was elected, it really was an electric time in the country. There was a sense of history, there was a sense of new beginnings, and I think whether you were a Republican or a Democrat, that sense of excitement pervaded most parts of the country, and certainly that was the case in Washington, where there was so much hype and expectation and anticipation of the new president. It sort of permeated all parts of the Capitol. Even the metro system, even the metro card featured President Obama's face on it, and I thought, that's setting very high expectations indeed. But so that sense of excitement was everywhere, and so during the transition period, President Bush and Mrs. Bush invited me, and I have 3 young children, invited us to come see the movie Despero in the White House Theater, which is very exciting, and the kids enjoyed it. And afterward, President and Mrs. Bush handed out cookies to the kids, which I thought was very nice. And so my now nearly 7-year-old, but so he was about 5, so he was almost, whatever he was, almost 4, whenever it exactly happened. I guess it's coming up about 4 years. Anyway, so he was old enough to talk and be coherent. So he runs over and he meets the president, President Bush, and he comes back and he said, Daddy, I just met the president. This is